Hey guys, don't go anywhere. I'm here. Look, it's me. It's Derek. Hey, join the party. Join the party. You know where we're partying all the time? Classic Game Room. ClassicGameRoom.com. You can go and come join the party. I know it doesn't look like much of a party right now. That's because, look, everyone's leaving. Everyone's leaving for the day. And now I'm here by myself. But guess what? That's when the party really begins. So, it's Monday, and, you listen, we level with each other, right? You guys know how I feel about Monday. I know how you feel about Monday. We would like to push it off of a cliff, if possible. But you know what? You can't do that because days don't exist in the physical realm. Also, I don't live near a cliff. Otherwise, we could probably work something out. Point is, we got some new reviews going up today. In fact, they're up right now over at ClassicGameRoom.com. I'm here to tell you about them. Right now, I've got a review of a game that's on the eShop on the 3DS. And it's a really weird game. And what it is, it's like, if you can imagine, you know those sliding tile puzzle games where it's like, oh, there are 4 tile spaces and 3 tiles, and you have to arrange them, you slide them around. You know those? Yeah, I know. See, we're talking to each other. This is great. Well, if you can combine the sliding tile puzzle games with like a Rubik's Cube, where so it's like every side of the Rubik's Cube is a sliding tile puzzle game. And not only are you sliding tiles on each individual side, but you're also twisting them, and then the tiles go to the other side. It's crazy. It's called Boxzle. Boxzle, B-O-X-Z-L-E. This is a game, I'd like to point out that this is a game that shows that we're gonna have, not only are we gonna have a Z in the title of our game, we're gonna put that Z after an X. I get more into that in the review. It's something that drives me crazy. ClassicGameRoom.com to hear more about it. It's a Rubik's Cube, it's sliding tiles thing. And then tomorrow, TJ's got a review of Nostalgia. Not like nostalgia, the noun. This is a proper noun. This is the game, and it's available for the Nintendo DS. TJ's reviewing Nostalgia, and I have a review tomorrow as well of a Wii U game, a new Wii U game, a new Wii U kart racing game. Don't get excited because it's not Mario Kart. This is a game that's like, oh boy. I'll tell you what it is. It's an iPad Mario Kart game ported to the Wii U. And it's Hello Kitty. So obviously, I'm all over your Nintendo coverage. Today I've got Boxzle. Tomorrow I've got Hello Kitty Cruisers. TJ's gonna have Nostalgia for the DS. Lots of cool stuff coming up to start the week here at Classic Game Room. I'll talk to you Wednesday about the stuff we have for the rest of the week. But as for right now, we're gonna head to the forums. You know, this is where I answer some of your questions that you ask over in the Wind Squid Pub. And man, we got a good one today from our friend. Let me find our friend. Our friend Cool Guy 4769, and he asked a question about 2 Nintendo consoles, and he wants to know which one I think reigns supreme. And boy, this is a sensitive subject for me because it's 2 of my favorites: the Nintendo Gamecube or the Nintendo Wii. I'm holding them up like CM Punk would. This would have been a lot easier. The Gamecube or the Wii? What's interesting about this question is that he actually breaks it down into different categories, right? So the first category, he asks, which one had the better software library? And this is always kind of a tricky question when you're comparing the software libraries of different consoles, because it's subjective. At least a lot of the times it is. You know, what is the better software library? But in this case, I actually don't think it's as subjective as other comparisons might be. Because, you guys know I love the GameCube. And one of the things I love about the GameCube was its library, specifically the fact that it was really quirky and different. That's what made the GameCube so GameCube and so lovable. But despite all that, the objective fact is that it didn't have a lot of games. The GameCube's weakness was that, the software drops were really long, and it didn't have a lot from third parties at all on the GameCube. That's the difference between the GameCube and the Wii. The Wii had a lot more casual games and more mainstream games, whereas the GameCube had a lot more of sort of the unique, quirky, weird, hardcore games. So they're very different libraries, and you might think that comes down to preference, and maybe it does. But in terms of size, right, which console had more great games? I think you gotta go with the Wii. So round 1, even though the GameCube's one of my favorite consoles ever, gotta give round 1 to the Wii. Round 1 Wii, better software library, deal with it. Round 2 is interesting because in round 2 he wants to know which of the two consoles had the best controllers? And this is a really tough one to decide because the GameCube controller, the Wavebird and even the wired one, is, I think, my favorite game controller of all time. But I really like the Wii Remote as well, specifically when it's paired with the nunchuck. I thought that was an amazing way to control video games. So yeah, the Wavebird, the GameCube controller versus the Wiimote. Which is the better system in terms of controllers? I don't know if I have an answer on this one. I think, I'll say this, I think the GameCube controller is the most comfortable controller I've ever held in my life. The way just the form factor, the way it fits your hands, it's just the most ergonomic and comfortable controller that I've ever held in my life. It's like holding a beautiful woman. Look at this, it just fits in the palm of your hand. On the other hand, the Wiimote, it really took the level of control you had in a video game to a whole different level. I mean, you play a game like Wii Sports, you play a game like Trauma Center, just the pinpoint control that was really enabled by being able to point at the screen. The Wii, I know it gets a lot of we talked about this earlier, that it gets a bad rap, but thanks to the Wiimote, it sort of combined the great controls of FPS games with the cool stuff that you get on console games. So you had the control of, or not FPS, but of PC. So it brought some of that PC control and precision to the world of consoles, and I think that's something that it's really underrated for. So I don't know if I'm gonna pick one, maybe we'll call this one a tie, but in terms of ergonomics and comfort, gotta go with the GameCube. In terms of precise control and control innovation, gotta go with the Wii, right? So we'll call that one a tie, down the middle. And then round 3, the one that's gonna decide this thing. Which one had the best hardware and the best features? That's another sort of interesting question. They both have 4 controller ports, so that's one of the great things about Nintendo. You always get those 4 controller ports back when wired controllers were a thing. So that's great. One thing I love about the GameCube though is it had a handle. The GameCube was a great party game system, great for local multiplayer, even though it didn't have a lot, didn't have anything in terms of online. Its local multiplayer was really unmatched, and the fact that you could carry it around with a handle just seemed to make sense. It was a little lunchbox of fun, and I love that it had a handle. So that's something cool. I also love the fact that you can turn on the GameCube with the tray open and access the menu and sort of like, you can make your decisions before you committed with the GameCube, which I like. It didn't force you into things. Now, on the other hand, the Wii had a lot of cool features as well. Not only did you have all those GameCube controller ports, but you also had the Wii Menu, which was a really cool innovation. And it's something I wish Nintendo would have taken further, actually. All the different channels, like the weather channel, the news channel, check me out, everybody votes. People make fun of that stuff, but it was something that a lot of my casual gaming friends really loved about the Wii. And every time you turned on your Wii, there was something different there waiting for you. And I think the channel concept was really underutilized. So, they each have their cool little features, but in terms of the actual hardware itself and what's underneath the hood, you gotta give the advantage to the Wii. The Wii was, used to be described as 2 GameCubes duct taped together, or in some cases 1.5 GameCubes duct taped together, in terms of its power, right? But not only that, I mean, it was also a GameCube. So I think that's where sort of this battle tips in the advantage of the Wii. The fact that the Wii is a GameCube plus a Wii. So if you're asking me which is the better console all around in terms of all aspects, I think the winner is the Wii. Although the GameCube pushed it. The GameCube took it a few rounds. It was like the GameCube's like Mr. T in Rocky 3. He doesn't go down without swinging. GameCube pities the fool. Anyway, head over to the website, check out all our new reviews. Great question. Keep up with the great questions. We'll have another one on Wednesday. And by the way, ClassicGameRoom.com. Come join the party. Edit Station 1, Spacecar. You can play Spacecar over at ClassicGameRoom.com. These are things you can do. Go do them. That's my motto in life. Anything you want, we got. Anything you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Foot Clan. Join the party!